Hi, this is Eric Block, MarkLogic Community Guy. I'm going to give you a demo of Comoms, the core of a web CMS built on MarkLogic server, focusing on flexible, schemaless content. What you're looking at here is the sample application that comes with the 0.1 milestone running on my trusty MacBook. It's a basic recipe site. All the data comes from Wikipedia Cookbook. The recipes are all stored and managed in a MarkLogic database, and they're being served along with the application itself from MarkLogic's server. Let me drive around the application here for a second. Let's search for some food. Let's look for things that are fried. What we get back is a bunch of recipe cards, as well as some facets that help us navigate the search results. Here are some things that don't take very long to cook. Here's some things that over 2 hours maybe you're not so interested in spending all that time. Here's some things that are pretty caloric. Maybe I'm trying to lose some weight and should skip those. So let's dive into one of the recipes so you get a sense of the data that's here. Crab fried rice. Sounds very good. Recipes have a title. They have a description, a delicious use of crustaceans and grains, and a list of ingredients, a list of directions, some numerical data as well, calories from fat, etc. How long the thing takes to cook, and how many people can eat what you cooked. So some of the numbers here are probably not accurate, and I thought I'd use the Comoms editing interface to manage or edit this piece of content so you get a sense of what that looks like. So I'm going to log in here with Facebook, and I'm a manager and administrator, so I'm going to get this extra toolbar up here that allows me to do management stuff. In particular, I'm going to edit this piece of content. Now I get the editing interface for that. And voila, it's inline editing thanks to HTML5. We can come over here. We can see this is the title for the recipe. I'm going to change that to say yummy crab fried rice because it seems good, and I'll spell yummy that way. I made this recipe, and it really didn't take, it really only served 2 people, and it took a little bit longer to make, but it was absolutely delicious. It was luckily probably less fatty than that. Let's say it's 500 calories. And maybe it had a little bit less sodium than that. Anyway, you get the idea. I could come over here also and add some ingredients. Everything's probably better with bacon, and serve hot and maybe eat it up. Yum. Great. So now I've done editing. There's an explicit save here that's going to save a new version of that into the database. All of the versioning and the tracking of the drafts versus the published version of the site is done using MarkLogic Library Services. It's a set of utilities for managing check-in and check-out and versioning. So we can take a look at the history of this. I just saved a new version. We should see that new version here. It's version number 12, but it's not quite published yet. In fact, we can kind of show that by here it says yummy crab fried rice. If I go over here, this will toggle, and I can look at the actual published version of the site. Crab fried rice is what's still out there. So let's go back and then publish my change so that everyone else can see how yummy this is. I'm going to go publish. Ta-da! It's now published. And then I can go back and look at the published version of the site. And it says crab fried rice, yummy crab fried rice, and it has bacon in it this time, and to eat it up, yum. That's the basic demo. I'm planning on a couple other video clips that show off some of the other features that are here. The rich XHTML editing stuff that I haven't touched on fully here, the ability to inline tag some of the data and how those tags get integrated nicely with search. And I also want to review the core content type definition, the sort of not a schema thing that all of the content in here is based on. And so who's been working on this stuff besides me? I've been working with a bunch of my friends over at Avalon Consulting, in particular Mike Brevort. Has his hand in almost all of the implementation and design here. And we're spending a lot of time with MarkLogic user experience guy JD Vogt. If you're interested more in checking out the thing, you can find it at GitHub over here at github.com/marklogic/comoms, where you can take a look at the source or fork it or just download a zip. Again, thanks for paying attention, and I hope you enjoyed it.